sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time. We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Coming in right now. Coming in right now.
We have a moment of silence for the people in Japan for that earthquake and flood, and also for the two police officers, one from New York City and one from Long Island, who died in the line of duty this past weekend. Thank you. First item of business, we have two items of business. Really to make my job enjoyable. We have 20-year police service for Patrolman Basil Commendoria. He has 20-year service as a policeman, and we want to recognize that tonight. That's why fellow policemen are here, the chiefs and sergeants are all here. Basil is a 1987 graduate of Newburgh Free Academy. He's married, has two children. His wife Odine, his daughter Danielle, and son Nicholas. Basil started his law enforcement career with the Orange County Sheriff's Office on March 16, 1991. Graduated police basic training at the Rockland County Police Academy in 1993. He was hired by the Village of Goshen Police Department on December 4th, 1995. Basil has been an integral part of the development, implementation, and maintenance of the department's track electronic ticketing system and license plate reading systems. Recently, Basil became certified as the department's second New York State emergency medical technician. And we're very happy to have him with us tonight, and we're very happy that he's been with us for 20 years. And we just want to thank the chief. You want to come up and we'll present him with our pin. And we also had a certificate, but that was damaged in the flood.
Congratulations. And I'm honored to present you this 20-year pin, which is to be worn on the uniform. It signifies his 20 years of service in law enforcement to the people of the state of New York. Congratulations, Jim.
Please.
It's a big part of our job, it's a support of our families, and he's got a big turnout today.
I'm the end of my wife, Wadeen, and she's next to her is Markowitz, my niece Amy, my daughter Danielle, my niece Shan. In the back row is, middle row is my daughter, my sister-in-law Barbara, her husband, my brother Dean, my nephew Danny, and his mom Tracy, my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Take your pictures quick, I can't inhale for long.
Okay? Okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hey.
I want to say what a wonderful job all our police do, and thank you very much.
You got it? Okay. Good night. Good night. Good night. Thank you. Our pleasure. Thank you very much.
I can't believe they want to stay with me.
Billy.
Also, another good part of being mayor, we have a proclamation for a business, Liz Lamontanero. Her business has been in Goshen for 25 years, and it's quite an accomplishment in this economy, and does a wonderful job. So we have a proclamation, I'm going to read it. Whereas Liz Lamontanero was a graduate of secondary school at Lewis A. Wilson Technical Center in 1986. And whereas Liz married Sam in 1967, and they moved with their 2 children to Goshen in 1977. And whereas in 1983, Sam opened his business at 25.5 Green Street with the idea of renting the other side of the building. And whereas in 1986, Sam asked Liz if she would run a showroom in the other side of the building, so he broke through the wall. And whereas Liz realized she does not want to run a plumbing showroom, she wants to open a beauty salon. So she takes Sam for coffee and explains this to him. And his reply, couldn't you have told me this before I broke through the wall? And whereas on January 14, 1986, Liz's place opened at 25.5 Green Street and has been there for the last 25 years. Be it therefore proclaimed that I, John Higgins, Mayor of the Village of Goshen, congratulate Liz and Liz's place for 25 years business in the Village of Goshen. In witness thereof, I hereunto sign my name and cause the seal of the Village of Goshen to be affixed this 11th day of March, 2011. Thank you very much, Liz.
I just want to thank you all very much. Yeah, you're right. 25 years in this economy, I thank God.
You're right.
And Goshen has been good to me. It's a great place to raise my kids. It's a great place to raise my kids and to do business. I met a lot of wonderful people by becoming involved, and this was the place to do it.
You're gonna cry, I'm gonna cry. That's
Sure. 25 years I know this place.
And we're so young.
How could it ever happen?
Yeah,
It's very nice to do good things.
Have more money.
the two nice parts of the agenda, so I want to congratulate again Liz and Dave. We need acceptance, a motion to acceptance of the agenda as modified.
So moved.
Second discussion. Okay, I call the motion, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Okay, we have the minutes of the village board meeting, February 28, 2011. Any motion to accept them? Second. Any errors or omissions?
No, it's just fine, thank you, that's fun.
Good. So, the whole, accepting the minutes of the February 28th meeting, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, okay. Village board work session, March 7, 2011. We have the minutes. Can I get a motion to accept them?
So moved.
Second? Any errors or omissions? Okay, all right, all those in favor of accepting the minutes of March 7, 2011 meeting, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, and I want to thank Deputy Mayor Marcia Matthews for coming to meeting for the 28th. Communications. Okay, the only communication we have is the abstract of business. Abstract of vouchers. Bills are examined with members of the board and approved in accordance with abstracts 2010/2011. Number 23, checks number 1287 through 1335 in the amount of $788,818.75. Need a motion on this?
So moved.
Second? Okay, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Okay. Items of business, we have an agreement with Stuart Waxman to continue as our labor attorney. Mayor is hereby authorized to sign an agreement between the Village of Goshen and law firm of Donahue, Thomas, Oslander, and Drolan for the service of labor attorney Stuart S. Waxman for the 2011-2012 fiscal year at a fee of $195 an hour. That's the same as they've been billing us for the past 3 years. So nice enough to keep the price the same. And Stu gives us excellent advice. So I'll need a motion on this.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Doesn't
matter.
I need two attorneys. What a surprise. Any discussion? Signify by saying aye. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's it. Thank you. Okay, now we go to the trustees' comments. Kyle?
Sure, I have a few things tonight. First, today I attended the Goshen High School's in the mock trial tournament there. They have a team, I saw them play today and they were just phenomenal. They did very well. Tomorrow is the day 2 of the tournament, so I wish them the best going into that. They just did an excellent job today. Friday, I attended the Orange County Citizens Foundation's conference on non-motorized transportation. They did a great job, as always. Brought to the forefront how non-motorized transportation can help local economies, things like trails and other things like that. Making it easy access to bicycle racks, stuff like that can really have a positive impact on your economy. I think it might have said negative first, positive. Outside of that, I'm sure the mayor will speak more to this when he speaks at the end. But Saturday morning, we had some flooding at Village Hall, and I just wanted to commend Meg, Mike Nuzlees, Ted Lewis. The mayor was there, and the judge for letting everyone know that the flooding was going on. Everyone responded immediately. Meg was there for how long? Way too long. And Mike was there as soon as he heard the news, so I just want to commend everyone who helped out with that unfortunate event. The last thing I want to speak about tonight is about a year and a half ago, we came on board. We started conversations with the county DPW about they wanted to hook into the sewer plant. We had some preliminary conversations. I spoke to their commissioner, and he wanted to be inside district users. I said they would have to be outside district users, and then we didn't hear back anything. So naturally, we assumed that they weren't interested because they were going to have to pay a certain amount, and it wasn't economically feasible for them. So we assumed it was a debt issue. It was brought up to our attention in a meeting. So a resident asked if we were talking to the county about DPW. At that point, we said no because we hadn't heard from them in over a year and a half. And as far as we were concerned, it was a debt issue. I found out from talking to a county legislator recently that in fact the county is still interested in that, and they've actually gone on and done some minor to major construction of something related to a pump station or hooking into the sewer line. So I'm not sure exactly what happened. I'm hoping it was just a miscommunication. I think that their commissioner might have been in talks with one of our staffers, Mary, before she retired. That's what he told us. But at this point, I just want to be clear, the village hasn't made a 100% commitment to that, and I believe there are some environmental concerns. Just relating to water, the county's on village water, so the water supply question isn't a problem, but I think there are some concerns about the well water they might be using to wash into their equipment. So until we have answers to those questions, I personally wouldn't be in favor of moving forward. And it might be simple answers to simple questions, but those are things we need to explore before we commit to the county on this, just to protect our residents and anyone else, because our effluent goes into the Wallkill. That's one of our water sources off the lake, you'll see on the well. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Ed?
I think we covered everything. I just want to say congratulations again to Basil. It's been a great asset to our village. That's it. That's right.
Thank you very much. Now,
DPW report, the crews are out repairing cloud damage. Obviously, as Kyle has already brought up, there's been some flooding issues in the village they've been dealing with. They did a marvelous job as always as the police department in the St. Patrick's Day Parade. If everybody would just bear with me, I know this is a little longer than normal, but the other issue that's brought up, Michael reminds everybody that yard waste collection begins on April 1st. I'd just like to go quickly, since it's being videotaped, because there are rules with this, and some people are not always familiar with the rules. It starts on Friday, April 1st. The yard waste should be out by Thursday evening for pickup. The first and third Friday of the month. It goes until the third Friday in November. It's consisting of grass clippings and weeds. All yard waste must be put in garbage cans or big brown paper bags. We also take brush and branches, but remember, the brush has to be tied in manageable bundles, a maximum of 3 feet in length, 18 inches in diameter. The branches is a maximum of 2 inches in diameter, again tied together in manageable bundles, again no longer than 3 feet, no wider than 18 inches. No commercial waste, no construction debris, no stumps or lumber, no dirt, no plastic flower pots, no plastic lawn and leaf bags, and no compost. Non-organic materials cannot be collected and will be left curbside. And also, this should go without saying, but keep the weight of a can where one man is able to pick it up. Thank you.
It's true. People get those huge sides and they, basic break size tests and try to pick it up. I'd like to,
I gotta say Marcy first.
What?
I gotta say Marcy, it's your turn first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, John. Feel free.
Marcy.
Thank you, John. Always a pleasure. I'd like to add on to what Kyle said. I got some of the same contacting me about the county and the fact that they had moved forward. And I think in our trying to find out exactly where the miscommunication might have taken place, we should find out exactly how far along it is in their approval process, so that we also know what the status is from the county's end. As far as I can tell, it has already been approved, so we could very easily find out what was it. Secondly, I'd also like to say that it was a sublime time yesterday at the parade. I myself had a wonderful time because one of the Rolling Thunder guys let me ride in his sidecar, and it was so exciting. It really was. The most exciting aspect, though, I have to say, was, and it was very heartening to see this, people were so expressive about being supportive of the veterans, that moms were taking little kids out, teaching them thumbs up. The respect that was shown, it was a great honor for me to be riding with them. It was a marvelous day, marvelous parade, and a great turnout. So I had a wonderful time. It was great. The office flood, unfortunate, most unfortunate. The toilet, we'll discuss whether we even need to maintain that, whether it should be shut off in the future. In cap, it's not necessary. The damage hopefully has been remediated, and I know that there is some work that has to be done on one of the frames, but that we can do that. Help that along with hopefully funds from the Friends of Naples. We have the tree people coming from Orange and Rockland back to take down the last of the trees. We lost them for several weeks, and some of the trees that were requested and marked, they've all been evaluated and have to come down, will still be coming down. As well, it's almost spring, and if you want to be part of the spring planting season, and Michael has sworn that we will be initiating that right quickly, please make sure you contact the village and fill out one of the forms, and let us know particularly whether you are under wiring. Remember, these are street trees. We have some funds, but these are street trees that have to go between the sidewalk and the street, not people's front yards. As well, we have reservoir levels are obviously, because of all the rain, we're flush. However, I would keep in mind that there's drainage. I know we had some problems with this in drainage. When we have rain, we're supposed to get more this week. If you have leaves that are down in front of it, all cycling down, covering up the drainage, please just, if you walk out there and just clear the leaves off, then the water can get down easily. Aside from that, I just wanted to say that I really do thank the county sheriffs for being determined that they would help us with the parade yesterday, but I still look forward for when the Orange County sees it part of its responsibility to help pay for some of the costs that the village of Goshen incurs in having the wonderful parade, but it is an Orange County walkthrough.
If I could just, Larry, I think the Orange County Sheriff's Office declined to help us.
I think they were told that they were going to be there. Did they show up?
There was one.
I saw many in the parade. I didn't see many doing traffic control as they've done in years past.
Well, then, I rest my case. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I want to reiterate what everybody's saying about the St. Patrick's Day Parade. It was a great day. It was a great parade. Our police did a great job as usual. DPW did a wonderful job. It was just really good. And also, I want to thank the state police, because they did step up and they did help us. And which is pretty fitting, because and also the town had some officers there. They also helped us out. That was nice of them. But it was very fitting with the state police, since the Grand Marshal was J. Ron Hepps, and he's a retired state policeman. So the state police stepped up, and I was very thankful for them. And together with our police, do a wonderful job, and the DPW did a great job. It was just a wonderful day. All the residents came out. It was one of the biggest turnouts for the people watching the parade that I've ever seen, and it was just really wonderful. We've been in constant contact with BOCES about them moving to the hospital, which I think is a win-win for everybody. That's moving right along. They're coordinating things when they move with our chief and DPW, and that's moving along. And they're really nice people to work with. They really are very nice. Unfortunately, Saturday morning, we had a flood in the office, and a lot of paperwork got damaged. Nothing I think that's irreplaceable. All of the pictures were saved. The frame, there might be a problem. The rug we had to pick up and discard, but that things happen. And it was interesting. Behind one of the frames, we found a picture from a newspaper, the Middletown Argus, from 1885.
That's right.
We got to come back. We're going to frame that or whatever, but it's in perfect condition. Just a little faded, but you can read it like it was yesterday. So, every cloud has a silver lining, so we're able to find that. I just want to invite next meeting is going to be on the 28th. Our next official village meeting is going to be the 28th. We're also going to hold it here. In my last meeting as mayor, we're going to thank the village police, the town police, and the fire department for saving village resident John Sapper's life. We don't feel that the press gave adequate coverage to that. They did a wonderful job, and if they didn't John Sapp will not be with us today. He'll be here tomorrow, he'll be here in 2 weeks to thank them. And it just shows what the police and the fire departments and the town police, village police, and the Goshen Fire Department, how they're working together to do such a great job. So we're going to have a little award ceremony for them. We're going to have a little party, some refreshments for anybody who wants to come, anybody from the village. I want to thank the village for giving me the honor for being mayor for 2 years, and I want to say thank you to the village and also to our wonderful police, village and town, and the fire, and our DPW and our office staff also. Okay, citizens' comments. Yes.
I'll lead off tonight. Overloading that, Mike. The flood that you had in Village Hall, was that a storm?
No, toilet backup.
Toilet backup.
I would hope that not too many of our archives.
No archives. It was over my office, so there was nothing, as far as my text was, all copies.
Oh, it came from the second floor?
Second floor down, yes. So it was basically Meg, I did picture stuff, I just have copies. The pictures were all saved.
Yeah, there's always damage on my hand.
Yeah, but
The woodwork is okay.
everything, we were very lucky with the amount of flood, we were very lucky.
The good news is there wasn't storm runoff flooding in.
Focus on the positive.
We got that 1885 newspaper before we had this stuff.
With the sewer surcharges with the last floods that we had, were there new sites that became evident, or was it the usual suspects?
Because, you have people that call in stuff to the DEC that don't tell the village. So Mike reported a certain number of surcharges for the first one on Monday, but then there were things in the paper that said 10. So if he doesn't see them, there might have been. But that's why if someone does see a surcharge, call the DPW, let them know. If you want to...
I know they were out. They were out all morning. I was out at 8 o'clock on Monday morning, and I saw village trucks all over the place.
I think Mike indicates he goes out about 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was kind of interested, so I did ask how many manholes, and he estimates over 500. We have over 500 manholes in the village. So.
It's only the ones that are at the bottom of the soup bowl that are really the problem. Is there any further guidance this week about when we can expect a preliminary budget?
But we always have, the budget will be out, it's supposed to be first, how much comes out?
No, the preliminary budget is April 7th, Mike?
Right.
April 4th.
Yeah, the preliminary will be out April
4th.
4th, I'm sorry, 7th, 4th, 4th, what does that mean?
That's
April 4th.
That's the drop dead date on it, is that correct?
Oh, okay. My wife's birthday, that's why we have it.
You know there was a reason.
I knew it was, yeah.
You forget that?
Yeah.
Very deep. I have heard, I have no idea if this is true, but I've heard that work has either slowed down or stopped on the dirt pile. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, work has slowed down a little bit. What's happened is the contractors fronted all the money.
Right.
And so our money from our bar will be available the first week in April. So he's doing, since he's got a lot of expenses, he's got $3.9 million in vouchers submitted, so it's okay with us if he's still a little bit late. It's kind of understandable.
Roughly what percentage is remaining?
Well, Kyle and I and Art and Cornerstone walked in about 2 weeks ago, and this is educated guesswork because until the last bucket is filled and out, we don't know exactly, but we got a figure 80%, 85%.
It's progress.
Oh, yeah, it's great progress.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah, they are, they're doing. If anybody else has anything to move, get these guys to do it.
Do we have any verification of the weighing that is taking place on this material?
Yeah.
Do we just have the tickets they submit?
Well, we have the tickets from Middlesex County Landfill that's reviewed by Cornerstone. Cornerstone has to certify the manifest and the weight tickets before they are signed off on, before they're submitted to the village to be signed off on to be paid by the trustee, the treasurer.
But there's no independent verification
Of course.
of the
There
weight
is.
of the weigh station. Just
Of the Middlesex.
in other words, they're basically calculating what the weight should be?
Well,
Based on what's removed, how many truckloads are removed?
unless we think there's fraud in the Middlesex County landfill. I mean, we get the waste tickets from the Middlesex County landfill.
And they're paying Nestle on the amount.
But that's for paying them.
There's tipping fees.
Oh.
For the material that goes there, that's to pay them.
That's why why would they say that?
There's volume, that cover material is volume in the landfill. So you don't pay the same thing as you can bring household waste, but he has to pay them.
But the point now saying is why would the landfill say it's more than it is? Because then they just have to pay more.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Understood, and I'm glad you clarified that because throughout the discussions, I don't know about others, but I had the distinct impression from the prior discussions that Nestle was being paid by us and Middlesex Landfill, that he was selling this material to them as top cover.
Well, yeah. Well, we had
a board member, so I understand.
We had to clarify that, right? Because as we're evaluating the number, it was when you try to evaluate things, you want to know how much you're making. So that was one of the issues that we had to work through with our village engineer and with Cornerstone. So we had a good feel for how much this was really costing.
The amended contract is basically the resolution as passed by the board. There were no further amendments to that.
That's correct.
Then the last thing I had for tonight, in light of the great success of the St. Patrick's Day Parade and the praise that we've heard for it and hear every year, I'd like to ask again tonight that the mayor appoint 2 members of the board as a committee to assess the feasibility of renaming a street in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King. I ask that that be done tonight. Clearly this will not happen during the mayor's tenure, but at least a committee can be named tonight to look at it, to assess the feasibility. And with that, thank you.
Any other citizen comment? Yes.
Well, a water question. It's been just about a year since our water was shut off, and then the village was kind enough to hook us up again.
From Mother's Place?
Yep. And since then, I had submitted 2 FOIL requests for a copy of the receipt from TAM. The arrangement was that the village was going to cover the cost from the water line in the street to the property line, and then TAM would cover it from there. But we've never seen a receipt from TAM to the village for the work done in the street. And last time I asked about it, I was told that the village just hadn't received a receipt from them yet.
Okay, we'll does anybody on the board know about that? All right, we will look into it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Second question. The wastewater infrastructure along that corridor through the Orange County Government Center campus at 255 Main Street, I noticed that there were, it looked like 2 and possibly 3 of those manhole covers were damaged, I'm assuming by snow plows when they were clearing the parking lot, the Government Center. And when that happens, who covers the cost for that? Is that a village expense, or does the county compensate the village?
That's which snowplow hit it. It was a county snowplow.
I'm assuming it's county, right? That's county property?
You assume you know what you're doing.
Yeah. You need a chalkboard for that.
We find out who hit it, and first of all, if they are damaged, well, Mike hasn't said anything about them being damaged, but then we will find out, who damaged them. If it was off plow people, then, then the village would be responsible for it. If it was the county plow people, we'd be seeing the county plow.
Okay, and I'm pretty sure I asked this last autumn, but I kind of forget the answer. Is that a transmission line through their property, or is that a dedicated line for the government center?
The line, where are you talking about? Which one?
Well, it looks like it comes from Scotchtown Avenue to Erie Street.
That's
right between where the Orange County Jail used to be and where the county government center is now.
Okay, coming down that way, because that's where the line comes down for the water for the Orange County Government Center.
Okay.
But if it veers off, then you're talking about the sewer.
Yeah, I'm wondering though, does that terminate on the campus, or does it go right through the campus to Scotchtown Avenue and relieve anything? It goes right through?
Right through.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and also, I don't know, I think Joel's recommendation of a Martin Luther King Boulevard is appropriate. Although I disagree with him. There's a lot of streets in the village that are named after notables. right? You got Murray Avenue and Webster Avenue, and you've got a
Brewers
few,
Park.
yep, you've got a few streets named after saints and such.
You know, we talked about that informally, and, you know, it's kind of like, where do you stop, you know? Wickham Avenue should be Pulaski Boulevard, you know, O'Connor Street, you know, you can go on and on and on, you know, and
Well,
but no, but I mean, what
we have no shortage of streets.
What nationality or ethnic background do you stop? We have some for people that were instrumental in this village, you know, like we say, Bruin Place and you know, and Murray Avenue and all these other streets. And
well, he was
my own
instrumental.
feeling is that, you know, what is named is named, you know, they name him after people. My own feeling is I don't want to rename any streets, because when we rename Dykeman Boulevard on, up by Sorrento, there was only 3 businesses on there, one of them being the firehouse, one of them being Sorrento, which closed. There was still quite a few problems. So renaming a boulevard where you have the intention, or a street, it has a great intention, but the ramifications of all the problems for the people on that street, and so you have to look at everything, you have to review everything, because it causes problems, it really does, with mail delivery, with other things, you know, especially with the 911 system now. There's a lot into it. It's not just saying, you know, this is, pick a name out of a hat, Higgins Boulevard. You know, there's a lot that you require.
Well, maybe just a tree then.
Tree would be nice.
Yeah, you call it the good Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. tree.
That we have one from the village hall.
That's a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Any other citizen comment? No?
Is there going to be a meeting on the 21st? You said the next meeting will be the 28th.
Yeah, the official meeting. That's a work session. Yeah, 21st, I'll be over there. Yeah, the next official meeting, I'm sorry, I should clarify that. The next official meeting will be the 28th. The work session will be back.
The work session is not official?
What? No, it's not official.
Officially a work session.
It's officially a work session.
If I can just take a half second to answer what
We have a choice.
Mr. Mayor, that's why I asked for a feasibility assessment. That's what a committee would do, is assess the feasibility.
Well, I'll refer it to the next meeting. My own feelings are it's just too much problems. But, you know, I'm only in for another month, and I'll refer it to the next meeting. Any other further? Okay, get a motion to adjourn?
Well, we're going to go into
motion to go into executive session, which
discuss the pending litigation with the town.
And we will not.
Well, we have a intent to return, we don't have a intent to.
No, but it's
Can you repeat that?
No. Absolutely not. It's our pending litigation with the town.
With the town.
The town.
And there'll be no business here at that time.